Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Right, so in this video we are going to learn how to balance the chemical equation via ion-electron method. So we have two methods. Either the equation is in acidic or in basic medium. Right, so let's look at the example. The question asks you to balance the chemical equation in acidic medium. Right, since it is mentioned in acidic medium, so this is something that you have to ponder, right? And you are given the equation, right? So the first step is you have to separate. So the first step we call it as separate. R-A-T-E. Right? Separate means you have to flip. Right? Ferrum with ferrum, and then chromium with chromium. So we will have two equations, or we call it as two half equation. The first half equation is ferrum 2 plus aqueous become ferrum 3 plus aqueous, and the second one is chromate ion become Cr3 plus aqueous. If we look at the oxidation number for ferrum, it is increased from 2 become 3, meaning that the first half equation represent the oxidation process, and automatically the second half equation represent the reduction process. Okay, so this is the first step where we have to separate the equation. The second step is we have to balance each half equation, right? So the second step, we have to balance. What we have to balance? We have to balance the atom and charge. How to balance the atom? The tips is, if we don't have enough oxygen, if we want to have lack of oxygen, we add water. If we lack of hydrogen, we add H+. Right? So this is the concept. How about charge? For charge, we add electron to higher number of charge. I will explain it later, right? So this is the concept that you have to understand, right? So first we go to the first half equation. So this one, okay, we have Fe2 plus aqueous become Fe3 plus aqueous. First we have to check the atom. Does the atom balance or not? We have 1 mole of ferrum here and also 1 mole of ferrum here. In terms of atom, it is balanced. What about charge? How many? Here we have positive 2, and here we have positive 3. If we look at the second statement, add electron to higher number of electron. Look at here, add electron to higher number of charge. So when we compare, ferrum 3 plus have higher number of charge compared to ferrum 2 plus. So we have to add an electron here. How many electron we have to add? We add another 1 electron to make sure it is similar with the Fe2 plus. So now the equation become Fe2 plus aqueous become Fe3 plus electron. And if we look at the number of charge, this is positive 2, this is positive 3 plus negative 1 equal to positive 2. So in terms of charge, also balanced. This is how we balance the half equation. Alright, so we have to keep this equation for the further part. Okay, now we have to balance the second half equation, which is chromium. Right, chromium Cr2O7 chromate ion become Cr3 plus aqueous. Remember, first we have to balance the atom. Okay, the atom. Since we have a multiple atom here, we can tabulate this kind of table, which is reactant and this is product. We have chromium and oxygen. Here we have 2 chromium. Here we only have 1 chromium. 2 chromium on the reactant part and 1 chromium on the product side. We have 7 oxygen and we don't have any oxygen here. Right, so first we need to balance the chromium. 2 chromium, so we multiply by 2. Now chromium is balanced. What about oxygen? This is the situation where we have lack of oxygen. We don't have any oxygen. How to add oxygen? We need to add water. So how many mole of oxygen we need? We need 7 oxygen. So we need to add another 7 mole of water. Right? So what's happened now is we have 7 times 2, 14 mole of hydrogen here, and we don't have any hydrogen here. So here we have another atom, which is hydrogen, 0 here, 14 here. If you still remember, if we lack of oxygen, we add water. If we lack of hydrogen, we add H+. In this case, we need to add H+. How many H+? We need another 14 H+. So in which side? This side. So the new equation will become chromate plus 14 H plus become 2Cr3 plus 7H2O liquid. Now we can check 2 chromium. We have 2 chromium, 7 oxygen, 7 times 1, 7, 14 hydrogen, 14 hydrogen. So remember, first we have to check the atom, then we need to check the electron. Now kita nak check electron. What is the charge here? We don't have any numbers here. So this is negative 2. This is positive 14. So the total on this side is negative 2 plus 14 become negative 2 plus 14 become positive 12. What about here? 3 times 2, positive 6. And this is 0 because we don't have any charge here. This is a molecule, so the charge is 0. So it is positive 6. So remember, to balance the charge, add electron to higher number of charge. Right? So in this case, which one have higher number of charge? Positive 6. Positive 12. So we need to add the electron here to make sure it is similar with this one. So how many electron we need to add in order to produce positive 6? Electron, negative charge. So we need to add another 6 electron. So I will rewrite the equation Cr2O7 chromate plus 14H plus. As I mentioned previously, we need to add another 6 electron since electron give a negative charge. So positive 12 minus 6 become positive 6. 2Cr3 plus 7H2O liquid. Right? This is the second step. So the first step is separate. The second step is balance the atom and charge for each half equation. This is a half equation. And the third step is you have to combine it all together. So the third step is combine. When we combine, we have to cancel electron. So how to combine? So the first equation is Fe2 plus become Fe3 plus electron, and the second one is Cr2O7 plus 14H plus 6 electron produce 2Cr3 plus 7 water. Alright, so this is how we can combine. The first step is cancel the electron. If you can see, we have 1 mole of electron here and we have 6 mole of electron here. It comes from the different side. This electron from in the product side and this electron in the reactant side, so we can cancel it. So since we have 6 here and we only have 1 here, so we have to multiply this equation by 6. 6, 6 and 6. Now we can cancel it and the final equation will become 6Fe2 plus Cr2O7 2 minus plus 14H plus we produce 6Fe3 plus equals 2Cr3 plus 7H2O. If we want to check it back, 6 ferrum, we also have 6 ferrum here, 2 chromium, we also have 2 chromium here. What about oxygen? 7 oxygen, 7 oxygen here, 14 hydrogen here. Can you check the charge, the total charge? 16 times 2, positive 12, negative 2, positive 14. So the total is positive 24, I think. And this one also positive 24. Right? So this is a balanced equation. So if you still remember, the question asks you to balance the equation in acidic medium. So what does it mean by acidic? Acidic means your final equation have H plus ion. H plus represent acidic. So it can be on the product side or on the reactant side. As long as the H plus ion appear, it means the equation is balanced in acidic medium. So I think that's all for this video. So before we end, I will recap. Step: balance the chemical equation using ion electron method. The first one is you have to separate the equation into 2 half equation. The second one is for each half equation, you have to balance the atom first and then you balance the electron or the charge. The third step is combine. Combine means we want to cancel the electron. And lastly, make sure it is meet the requirement from the question, either it is in acidic or basic. If it is in acidic, make sure you have H plus ion. I think that's all. Thank you very much.